Hello friends, today I'm going to be talking about what is the best type of real estate investment. One of the questions I get asked the most is what is the best type of real estate investment? The real estate world is vast and one can get pretty confused when they start to scope out the different types of investments that are out there. However, I want to break this down for you simply, and by the end of this video, I want to walk you through what would be the best type of real estate investment for you. As we roll into this video, I want to help you understand what types of real estate investments exist out there now, but also help you understand how your passion and skill can play an extensive role in what type of investment that you want to do. I'll also talk about the different types of incomes that can be made in real estate investing, including what types of returns to look at when investing in real estate and what areas geographically have some of the easiest barriers to entry. And finally, I want to walk you through a couple of strategies that can be done easily no matter where you're located. If you're ready, let's go. So let's talk about the different types of real estate investments that exist out there from a macro level. First, we have commercial. Now, you've probably seen buildings downtown in a big city. These are buildings of commerce, right? Storefronts, big buildings where offices, where companies house their employees. These are commercial type of opportunities in real estate investing. Then there's industrial. These are places where there's warehouses. It might be factories, but anywhere where you consider like an industrial region, industrial area, these are typically owned by people that want to do industrial type real estate investing. Then there's land. This can be broken up into a couple of categories, either agriculture or development. And so I know individuals who actually buy and flip land. To me, that's a little bit scary at this point, but if you understand it like some of these people do, it could be a great strategy. So you either have agriculture or you have development. And I've done a few developments myself, and they take time and there's a process, but it's an awesome way to invest in real estate. And finally, there's residential, which is one of my favorites. And residential is obviously the one where people live, right? It's where we live as humans, condos, townhomes, single family homes. This is probably the largest segment of real estate out there in the market today. So first off, let's talk about what you're passionate about or what your skill set is when it comes to real estate investing already. Now, real estate's a big world and there's a lot of different layers. So just saying you want to get involved in real estate probably isn't sufficient. We've got to be able to narrow it down to something you could really get excited about. Just know when it comes to real estate investing, like anything else out there, there's going to be parts of it that maybe don't get you excited or are boring or mundane, but there's parts that just get you excited and get you going. For example, I love coaching, right? I love coaching sports. That's super exciting. I love looking at strategy, but there's a lot of things I don't like about it. I don't like the paperwork. I don't like some of the administrative roles that it requires, but I love it overall. I just know there's things that I'm really good at when it comes to that and things that I don't like as much. And the same thing exists in the real estate world. And let's talk about that. Let's break it down. For example, let's say that you really love construction, you love DIY projects, and you're really good at those things. If that's the case, the strategy that might be best for you when it comes to real estate could be fix and flip. It could be wholesaling and turning around and selling properties. Those are all things that you could apply your skill set that you already have to really make a living or to make additional money when it comes to real estate investing. I've met a ton of individuals who are really good at rehab or DIY projects, and they take a property that doesn't look so great, or there's facets of that property that just need redone or help with, and they go apply their skill set to it by fixing it up, putting on a new door, adding a closet, redoing a bathroom or a kitchen, and all of a sudden the value of that property that they utilize their skill sets toward go up significantly, and that then becomes their passion and their skill set that they've used to make a living in real estate or additional money to help reach their financial dreams and goals. Or let's say you don't like that part of real estate. You don't like working with your hands. You don't like construction. You don't like rehab. So maybe for you, it might be more on the technical side. You might be the person who's able to put processes in place to where you're able to find those deals, right? You're able to source deals because you're good with technology. You're good at scouring the internet. You're able to find off-market properties that no one else can find, and you're able to source those deals to other people and make money off of every deal that you source. So if maybe that's your skill set, maybe you're really good in putting processes in place where you're able to do that. Matter of fact, there's a group that I know that has built a massive franchise in the real estate wholesaling industry. They've been able to find properties through a bunch of different methods, driving for dollars. They get lists, they scour the internet, and they find these deals. Then they call these individuals and they find out if these people are interested, number one, in selling their home for a quick cash deal. They go out there and they have somebody meet with this individual and they negotiate a price and some benefits that will work for the person selling their property. Once they agree upon that, they will send this out to a group of investors or people that they know that are investing in real estate and have these individuals bid on the properties that they're willing to offer. And they're offering it, the starting price is definitely more than what they got under contract for. So when they assign that contract to these individuals, the person gets gets the property, they're able to get their money in a short time, and they make the difference what they sold it at for the real estate investor and what they're paying the property owner, right? And they make lots of money doing this. But like I said, they're not the ones that are doing the DIY projects or fixing it up or rehabbing the property. They're finding the deals and sourcing those deals. So they're utilizing their skill set to make money in real estate and to make a tremendous amount of money in real estate. So let's talk about what type of financial returns that you want in real estate with the effort that you put into it. As I've spoken previously, real estate has many facets, many layers to it. And one question I think that's important to ask someone who is getting started in real estate is, what is your desired financial outcome? Are you that person that is looking for a large chunk of money? You can continue to use that chunk of money to put into a new property, sell that, get that chunk of money, invest into a new property, so you're always leveling up? Or are you that type of person that's looking for passive income coming in every single month through, say, rentals? So depending on what you're looking to do, what type of financial outcome you want might direct you with which type of real estate investment you should engage in. When I first got started in real estate, my very first deal in real estate was me buying a condo to live in with me and my wife. I found a condo that had an unfinished basement. So it was a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, but it had a basement that if I were to finish that would give me 2 additional bedrooms and 1 additional bath. Now, I met some individuals at work that were good at construction. They did it on the side. I hired these individuals to come in and finish my basement. At the time, it probably cost me $12,000, $15,000. I know that sounds cheap, but it was about 20 years ago when I bought this condo. And after they had fixed it up, I wanted to buy a home. At this point, I'd done well at my job where I said, listen, it's time for my family and I to move into a home. I'd found a home that we really liked. We actually built this home and I kept the condo that I had. I was able to rent that condo out for much more than the mortgage was. But at the same time, when we built our home that we were going to live in, my family and I, we built a basement apartment. Between the basement apartment and the condo that we had, that passive income was almost enough money to pay for the mortgage on the home that I had just built. And so if you're that type of person, it's possible to build up passive income through rentals. And there's a handful of strategies that actually do that. So understanding what type of financial outcome you want, whether it's a chunk of change or rental, is also an important aspect to understand when you decide which type of real estate investing you should get involved with. Now let's talk about from where I think the best place for you to get started when it comes to a real estate investor. Now, if you're new, I have a suggestion. If you're a little bit more seasoned as an investor, I also have a suggestion. If you're a beginner, I would recommend getting started in residential real estate. And why would I say that? Well, number one, residential real estate is never going away. And within residential real estate, there are a ton of strategies that exist, everywhere from lease options. Let's say that you don't even have a home that you own right now. A lease option strategy, you could go and negotiate with somebody willing to sell their home and say, listen, you're not able to sell it right now. Let's say that I'm willing to purchase it from you 18 months down the road at this price. Then you're able to agree on a price. And you pay rent to live there, but you negotiate that some of that rent is going towards your down payment. So while you live there and you pay rent, not only are you living there, but you're also putting money away every single month towards the down payment of purchasing that home. And once again, that's a strategy you can do with residential real estate. And there's a lot of other strategies, but like I said, residential real estate is never going away. It's always going to be there. And whether you go in and you find a property that's distressed, meaning that aesthetically it doesn't look very good, and you can go in and either fix it up yourself or hire somebody to fix it up and turn around and sell it for a profit. Or if you can go out there, you find deals on the internet on residential pieces of property that are listed really low or could be sold really low, and you purchase it here at a wholesale price and you're able to turn around and sell it at a retail price. Those are all strategies baked around residential real estate. So as a beginner, really the possibilities are endless in what you can do. And I would say as a beginner, residential real estate is the place for you. Now, if you're a more seasoned real estate investor, I think one of the biggest opportunities right now in the marketplace is storage units. And let me tell you why. About 15 years ago, apartment complexes were mainly owned by mom and pops, right? They're family owned, they're individually owned. And in the last 10 to 15 years, over 70 to 80% of all apartment complexes throughout the United States are institutionally owned. What happened? You had institution, you had big private equity groups that went in, or conglomerates made up of individuals that went in and bought all of these apartment complexes throughout the United States. And so the market for going in and buying apartment complexes isn't nearly as great as it was 10 to 15 years ago. It doesn't mean that there aren't deals out there in that type of real estate, but storage units is what commercial real estate was 10 to 15 years ago. Most storage units are owned by mom and pops, by individuals or families. So being able to go in right now, I think there's an opportunity that exists probably for the next 10 to 15 years where you can go in and purchase these storage units. Also, it requires very little maintenance, right? When you go in and buy a storage unit, or you're an individual like myself who used a storage unit, then all of a sudden, I remember when I got a storage unit, I didn't talk to the owner or have any conversation with anybody for 12 months. I put my stuff in there and I went and got it out 12 months later. It was a very easy strategy that required very little of my time. Now, these are some thoughts that I had. I'd love to hear your feedback, right? Where would you get started if you were to do it all over again as a real estate investor? Which segment of real estate would you invest in. And please comment, let me know. I'd love to answer you and have a dialogue continuing back and forth. And as always, I've got a free gift for you. It's on the link below, aaronsfreetraining.com. It's a short-term rental calculator that you put in all the numbers, purchase price, all the expenses, and it will spit out to you whether it's a good deal or not. It's a great tool that I've used in all of my short-term rentals, and it's a free gift. I hope you enjoy it. Once again, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for visiting. Have an awesome day.